Welcome to today's What Moved the Market show. I'm your host Prem. It's Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, and here is everything you need to know as the markets close for today. Let's start with today's market performance. The Sensex closed up by 369 points, or 0.44%, to settle at 84,977, while the Nifty 50 advanced 118 points, or 0.45%, to end at 26,053. The Bank Nifty gained momentum for the third straight session, closing near 58,270, adding roughly 100 points or 0.17%. This marks the third consecutive day of gains for Indian equity markets, driven by positive sentiment from Asian peers and growing optimism around US-India trade discussions. On the currency front, the rupee traded at 88.22 per dollar as of the latest available data, showing marginal strength from the previous session. The currency remained relatively stable, reflecting balanced foreign flows and softer crude oil prices that helped contain import costs. Turning to the big movers of the day, on the gainers side, NTPC and PowerGrid stole the spotlight, both surging around 3% each on the back of strong quarterly earnings and renewed interest in the power sector. Adani Ports, HCL Tech, and Tata Steel were also among the top performers. In the mid and small cap space, Graphite India was the star, hitting a 52-week high on heavy volumes following robust Q2 results, while Indian Oil Corporation rallied 5% to also touch a 52-week high, as oil and gas stocks benefited from falling crude prices. Varun Beverages jumped sharply after posting impressive Q2 numbers. On the losing side, Mahindra & Mahindra, Maruti Suzuki and Bajaj Finance faced selling pressure, largely due to weak auto sector sentiment and profit booking. Bharat Electronics also declined after underwhelming quarterly performance. Speaking of IPOs, Orkla India's public offer opened for subscription today and witnessed keen investor interest right from the opening bell. From a technical standpoint, Nifty 50 showed solid bullish momentum but encountered resistance near the 26,050 to 26,100 zone. The index tested these levels multiple times during the session but failed to break through decisively. On the downside, support held firm around 25,900 and 25,660. As long as Nifty stays above 25,800, the uptrend remains intact. Sectorally, Nifty oil and gas was the clear outperformer, surging over 2% as crude prices continued to soften, benefiting oil marketing companies and refiners. Metal stocks rallied over 1.7%, supported by firm commodity prices and global supply concerns. Media, banking, financial services, IT, pharma, FMCG, and consumer durables all ended in positive territory. However, Nifty Auto was the only sectoral loser, down 0.7%, reflecting cautious sentiment ahead of upcoming quarterly results and muted demand indicators. Moving to commodities, crude oil prices eased further, providing a tailwind to Indian equity markets and improving the outlook for inflation and current account dynamics. MCX gold and silver have been steady today. On the geopolitical front, positive developments around US-India trade talks provided a supportive backdrop to market sentiment today. Reports of progress in bilateral discussions lifted investor confidence, especially in export-oriented sectors. Global markets were mostly positive, with US indices and the Nikkei rising, while Asian markets traded mixed. For today's actionable takeaway, traders should watch for a decisive close above the 26,100 mark on Nifty 50 as a confirmation of further upside momentum. Consider maintaining trailing stop losses below the key support at 25,800 to protect gains. With the Fed decision looming tonight, volatility could pick up in the morning session, so stay nimble and avoid over-leveraging positions. That's a wrap for today's What Moved the Market. Stay tuned for tomorrow morning's wrap and send in your questions. Until next time, trade safe and stay informed.